A K-Love podcast information update.
We have 8 children who are all adopted, and we just wanted to teach them at a young age what it is like to serve other people. So we decided to start serving dinner at Toledo's Cherry Street Mission, which serves homeless men. And we took all the children with us, and Hannah's always been our very compassionate little girl. And she noticed a man with very tattered clothes and shoes, as we would expect to have seen, but he didn't have any socks on his feet. And that particular Thanksgiving, it was very windy, very cold, and she was very concerned about his feet. And she would look up at me, and she said, "Mommy, his feet will be cold." And I, tried to reassure her, because I know how she is. And she started to take off her socks, or her shoe, and I said, "Hannah, what are you doing?" And she said, "I want to give him my socks, Mommy." And that that one sentence just brought tears to my eyes. Mm-hmm. And I tried to explain to her that, she couldn't do that, and she just wouldn't let it go. She kept looking at him and kept telling me she was worried about him. On the drive home, she was worried about him and had lots of questions about homeless people. So we decided to go shopping that next day and bought lots and lots of socks, took them to the mission, and Hannah was thrilled and felt so much better that this man would have warm socks for his feet. Uh-huh. And we continued to do it the following year because she remembered and asked about the man. And so we took more socks and got some friends involved. And one of the directors came out to talk to me and said, "You know what? You've kind of got your own little niche here. We get lots of used clothing and coats for these men, but nobody thinks about something as typical or simple as socks."
Yeah, sure.
And we never get socks. And being that they're homeless, their feet are calloused, and they have all kinds of foot problems. Mm-hmm. So they were just thrilled, and he says, "Did you ever think about doing something, going that extra mile, and maybe, turning this into something that Hannah can one day, work at and do more with?" And so we talked about that, and I came home and talked to my husband about it, and we decided to form a nonprofit called Hannah Socks. And through that, we take care of all the homeless people we can possibly care for, and we've reached into domestic violence shelters and now underprivileged children. So it's really grown and taken off. Hannah's totally a part of it all. She sorts the socks. She helps make the deliveries.
Really?
Yes, she does. Been such a blessing to our whole family.
I can imagine. How many socks have you collected so far in 2007?
We have collected over 5,000. It's somewhere around 5,500 pairs of socks so far this year. 10,000 is our goal. We have some pretty nasty winters in Northwest Ohio.
Yes, you do.
And so we'll be out on the streets, out on the sidewalks.
Thank you, Doris Turner with Hannah Socks. I'm Susan King.
Another podcast information update from positive, encouraging K-Love.